This podcast is brought to you by Hoare Chartered Accountants. Hoare Chartered Accountants are based in Galway City and are a leading provider of audit, accountancy and taxation services. For more information, visit hoarecharteredaccountants.ie. I'm joined now by Meelick-Eyrecourt's James Burke to look ahead to the Intermediate Hurling Championship. First off, James, our preparations going ahead of the championship?
Hi Paul, thanks for having me on. Preparations are going all right, I suppose. Through the league now and through a few challenge matches. The juniors are 3 rounds into their championship as well, so we're getting close to championship now. Trying to get everyone back fit and ready is the main thing. I think it's 8 or 9 days away now from championship, so we should be going aiming for that, and hopefully we get over the first round. But yeah, it's just a matter of trying to get everyone fitting on the field for the first round and going from there, I think, more than anything else from us.
Is it a positive, James, that you're playing quite a high grade, your second team, considering you're an intermediate team, that the second team play junior? Is it a positive that maybe a few players can get maybe 2 or 3 games there or on the fringes ahead of the intermediate championship?
I think so, definitely. Yeah, it's actually quite uncommon for an intermediate team to have their second team so high as well. I suppose this year is the first year we don't have 3 teams. We had a second junior team up until this year as well. We're struggling with numbers to field there, but I suppose it gives someone who's a bit more inexperienced in intermediate a bit more confidence, I suppose, that there's less of a step up if they do get a chance. And with the turnover of players the last few years, more and more lads have had to step up and have done very well, I suppose, when being called upon. So definitely works in our favour for the intermediate team. We see this year like there's probably an opportunity for 2 or 3 lads to make the same step up this year. Depending on injuries and fitness and how the year progresses, you never know what's going to happen, I suppose. So yeah, I think it should stand to as well this year as well, hopefully.
How do you feel the league went for you?
It was kind of ups and downs. I suppose we lost a few tight games at the start that we were probably disappointed with. We got a result or two then in the middle, and I suppose a common theme was just different teams going out every single day. Like we were struggling a bit with numbers, with injuries, and lads gone away for different bits and pieces over the course of the league. So we set up, we got some good results, and no more than uh, a lot of the junior A's and the lads that would have been on the fringes got a lot of good game time and a lot of good experience, which is great for them. It kind of helps get more comfortable in that environment, and playing in Division Two is obviously a good standard for an intermediate club. So it's always good for us as well to play against those senior teams, played against faster hurling teams and stuff as well. So yeah, look at it. I know we probably would have liked to get a few more results or better results, but in the grand scheme of things, it should give us in a decent place going forward anyways, yeah.
Niall Lynch obviously remains in charge of Cathal O'Byrne as well, doing the coaching from Tommy Larkin's. Is Noel Larkin involved again this year too?
No one stepped away with Damien and Ray last year. So we've been lucky enough to keep Cahill on board. Look, he's a very good trainer, an outside man as well, and I suppose he was keen to stay involved as well, which is a good sign. And then we've added in Niall Lynch and Michael Larkin this year as well into the management team. So the three of them they go very well together, to be fair to them. We'd love to have Niall and Michael on the pitch, but I suppose the way injuries have gone the last few years, they've had to step away, I suppose, and they give a good experience to the players as well. And for considering they're still relatively young themselves in the grand scheme of things, and I suppose they were always great role models for me when I was a player when I started off on the team. So they're very good for setting the standards and showing the right behaviours and attitudes, I suppose, that we can only learn from. So hopefully it'll bear fruition, I suppose, in the longer run. But no, we're definitely learning loads and going in the right direction with them, hopefully, anyways, yeah.
Just to mention Noel Larkin there, because I know he's been with you for the last few years and he was nearly juggling Dublin and Meelick throughout that time. Obviously, he was gone in with Galway this year. But to get that level of coaching, how much of a positive was it for the club?
It's brilliant, but I think to be fair, it's a strange one from our club. But we're such a small club and small numbers. We've produced some brilliant coaches, Noel being one, Molly Dunn, Mark Dunn, Niall Corcoran, and now I suppose it's great to have the likes of Niall and Michael involved at us getting their chance as well, I suppose, to develop further. And you see what they've achieved, Nola and others, I suppose, in their careers. It sets a good example, and it shows the rest of the guys as well, I suppose, that look at there's nothing stopping anyone else doing the same, and it's great to kind of have that experience that they've seen what great players do and what great players train like, and they can learn. We can learn from that as well in trying to mimic their behaviors and trying to improve as well. And getting exposed to better training only makes you a better hurler in the long run, I think. So, um, look, we're lucky, I suppose, very privileged in that sense with the good coaches we have in the club.
As well, I presume for the club, there was a great sense of pride watching John Fleming get his chance this year ago, I do.
Definitely, yeah. Look at John's been massive for us since he's been old enough to play for us. I suppose we all kind of were hoping he'd get a chance a bit sooner, but with bits and pieces and injuries and whatnot, it's only kind of come this year. And to be fair, it kind of you can tell with John then as well, like he's had to work very hard to kind of get back there and get that chance again. And he really earned it, I suppose, and that's a big thing from I suppose how we look at the game as well. Like there's no point in when you earn something, I suppose it makes it a bit more special, and it's very gives great pride to us as a small little parish to see John lining out in a Leinster final in Croke Park, and then for the younger guys as well, like a lot of the lads are just up for minor to be going out and training and sitting beside and talking to John and training, knowing that he was playing in Croke Park for Galway only a few weeks ago, a few months ago. Look at it, it's only great, and I suppose he's a great role model to have around the club. Great to see all the young kids at home as well going up, getting signatures or autographs off him after the matches as well. It gives a good buzz around the place. And like I think I remember when he got his first game in like a World Cup game maybe after COVID a few years ago, half the parish was in Ballinasloe to watch that game. And like so there's a great community to support the likes of John and others, anyone who's doing well in the parish. Like so it really it's really good to see, I suppose, really good community spirit that kind of comes out to the fore and that.
James, you must feel like you're not too far away, even considering last year in the semi-final. I know you just came up short against Kinvara in that, but you must feel like you aren't too far away of getting back to an intermediate final.
Yeah, look, we've been close in the last few years, but that's the competitive nature of intermediate hurling. Like every year, someone else kind of comes out of the blue and goes really well. Like Kinvara did very well and probably deservedly got over as last year. It's just a matter of us trying to concentrate on ourselves and try to get everyone fit and just take it one game at a time. Like the beauty of a new year and a new championship is that the past doesn't matter at all. Like no one cares at all what happened last year once the ball was thrown in this year. And your form and everything goes out the window the minute that ball is thrown in. And we know that as much as anyone. We've been up and down over the years with good days and good years and bad years. So it's obviously it's good to be competitive year in, year out, especially with turnover of players and low numbers and whatnot. But we'll just take it first round against Athenry and just aim for that and do our best for that, work hard and see where it gets us after that, I suppose.
Do you feel are the championship ambitions for Meelick-Eyrecourt this year?
Get over the first round is the first step. And just go bit by bit after that. Like there's no point getting ahead of ourselves. It's over the last as long as I've been playing, there's been years where you have targets in mind or you have no targets, and like everything goes out the window when a ball is thrown in. If no one forgets, no one remembers what form you have carried into it. No one remembers if you won the game before by 20 points or 5 points, or if you lost it by 20 points or 5 points. It's all about the next game. So like people tend to forget as well. We were in relegation only 5 or 6 years ago as well. It's a very finicky, very difficult championship. Like on any day, you could get win by 5 points or lose by 5 points or anything in between. So look, we'll target the first game, get over that, try and get out with the group, and just see where it goes after that, I suppose.
I know, James, we were only chatting off air and you were just telling me, I suppose, the opportunities come up for yourself to go with Alan Kearns and his group to Uganda later on the year. We've obviously seen the success of this over the last few years. Numerous county players and club players have got the opportunity to go. For yourself, it's a great opportunity, I suppose, to go and see this side of things, and I suppose the struggle as well, I suppose, of these kids over in different countries.
Yeah, so look, I suppose I've it's something you never really think is an opportunity when you're, I suppose, not a county player or anything, but I'm fortunate enough the company I work with, Glenua in Loughrea, sponsor or helped support someone go last year, and they were looking to support someone to go this year as well. And my name came up, and I've gladly accepted it, I suppose. And I'll be doing a good bit of fundraising going forward on it. So it's look at it. The GA is very community based, and we volunteer with younger teams and trying to coach the younger teams and getting involved in the community. But I suppose in a wider sense, it's good to kind of give back to everyone and anyone, and if and the opportunity to go over to Uganda as part of the Plant the Planet Games with Alan and the crew there is a once in a lifetime experience, and it kind of puts a lot of things into perspective as well. Like it's going to be it's hard to kind of imagine what it's going to be like over there, but I'm sure uh certain things to be difficult to see and whatnot. But look at it's good to be kind of given a positive impact on others, and hopefully looking forward to it now. It should be good.
Great stuff, James. Thanks very much for that, and best of luck in the championship.
Cheers, Paul. Thanks a million.
I'm joined now by Michael Mullins of the Athenry Intermediate Hurling team. Michael, first off, what's the dynamic like for Athenry? It's obviously your second team this year in the Intermediate Hurling Championship.
Yeah, Paul, I suppose the junior A last year was a great success for us. Maybe it was an unprecedented win. I think we had 10 under 20s playing, or 10 players under the age of 21 on that team. And I suppose we lost 5 or 6 from the start of the year to our senior setup, and deservingly so. Then players went on and played at senior. So the younger guys stepped up, and I suppose we had a couple of tight battles along the way, and we were lucky to get over the line, and it was a good success. So we're up now with the big boys, I suppose, in the intermediate there, and um, we've a tough group. We're under no illusions there, like Skehana, Mountbellew-Moylough won the Division 3. Sylane have been in a quarter-final, semi-final nearly every year, and Eyrecourt were probably unlucky not to be in the county final last year. Kinlara just pipped them. So yeah, we have a very tough group, but we'll be hoping to cause maybe an upset or two there with the help we got.
Just on it, Michael, for the dynamic of being on the second team for the club, is the goal to push on to the senior team, or what do you feel is the goal of this team for the club as a whole?
Yeah, every club will have a second team, and that's going to be their springboard onto their flagship team. I suppose the last couple of years, we've got a lot of players from our second team going on to play senior with our club, and that's the aim of every young player growing up. It mightn't just happen straight away of coming from minor, especially now when it's under 17. It's a fair leap to get straight up to playing senior A or senior B hurling. So for us to be at intermediate there, it's a great springboard for a couple maybe of our younger guys to transition into that firstly, and then maybe later on in the year represent the club at senior level. But yeah, look at it's great to be in the intermediate grade, even though I think next year everyone's second team at senior A level and senior B are into kind of a reserve junior league, but that's for another day. But yeah, it's great for us this year. That we have that as a springboard there to develop a few of our younger players and hopefully get them to see senior action as the year goes on.
Yeah, just there, as you mentioned, for this year, it's a big positive, isn't it? Even if you just take this year as a whole, to have your second team playing at intermediate level.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Even there, as I was saying, like we had, I think it was 9 players under the age of 21 playing our junior A team last year. So, it's great to have all of them again, and a few of them will definitely progress on to senior. But as well, I think we're gaining 6 or 7 players from a minor A squad last year that won. So that's another positive there. So if we've an abundance of young players there coming through, and hopefully that they'll see the senior level in the next in the coming years. But yeah, no, it's great to be there this year, and like we've 3 excellent games there coming up for the younger guys, to get that experience, because you can't beat games, and I suppose if your second team is going well, your first team will be going well as well. So just hopefully now that we can do ourselves justice there in the intermediate championship this year, and I suppose help the senior guys out as much as we can.
How do you feel the league went for your intermediates, Michael?
Yeah, look, at the league was very positive. We got to a semi-final there. Kinvara beat us on the day we were probably missing a few guys to holidays, and I suppose the thing with having a lot of younger players, a lot of them might go away for the summer, so we were missing a couple there. But look, at the league was very positive again. We had a few good results there. A few younger guys really stepped up to the mark in them games, so just hopefully that it can continue on to championship now. But yeah, the league overall was a positive on both fronts between intermediate and senior. So yeah, look at as I said, the team that won our division there, Division 3, was Skehana, Mountbellew. We have them in the group, so that'll be nothing easy there when we face them. So yeah.
Dermot O'Halloran over your intermediate hurling team this year?
Yeah, Dermot is there. Dermot would have battled with us for a lot of years. Dermot is there, and I suppose Michael John Donlan is still there from last year, and Jerry Tracy, and we added in Matty Egan and John Conway, 2 good clubmen there that have come on board this year, and have added a lot into the setup. So yeah, all's going well now, and it's been a long year even to now. I suppose we started training in February there, and late February maybe, and it's the year can drag on at times, but hopefully, or thankfully the championship is around the corner now, and we'll be all looking forward to that as a group.
You mentioned there about your group. You've been drawn in the group alongside Skehana, Mountbellew-Moylough. Obviously they've shown good league form. Sylane and Meelick-Eyrecourt. What are you expecting in that group?
Um, we're expecting serious battles, anyways. That's one thing for sure. Like we've Eyrecourt first. Like Eyrecourt, they gave us a serious hammer in there the last time we were up into Meath in 2021, and they probably have the majority of that team still there. And I know a few of them. I suppose I'm teaching a couple of them in Portumna Community School there that would have come through the ranks, and they're really good guys. So we've a serious challenge on our hands, but at the same time, we'd be quietly confident that we've a lot of young players there that have won a junior A last year, I suppose, and a lot of them have won a minor A championship last year, which was a real springboard for the club, a very important win. We hadn't won a minor in 15 years, and it was something that we were probably chasing for a while, and it was great to get that win. So them guys will be quietly confident, and a few of the older guys there, the likes of myself and John Grealish and Owen Donlan, and a couple of us will be trying to steer them along. But yeah, look at we're under no illusion here. Of course, it's going to be a serious test, and but look at we'll give it our best shot, and hopefully we'll cause an upset here or there as the championship goes on.
What do you feel are the championship ambitions, Michael, for the Athenry intermediates this year?
Look, the first game is our county final. As simple as that, it's a vital game. Eyrecourt's a vital game. It's the same way with our senior setup. Our county final is against Mike Cullen, and we're not looking any further than that on both setups. So look, after that we'll see what happens, but we'll be taking it game by game, and that's the only way we can be looking at it, because anything can happen after if you can win your first game, the whole championship can open up for you. So yeah, look at all we're focusing on is Eyrecourt the first day, and as I was saying, hopefully we can do ourselves justice there.
Just finally then, Michael, you mentioned there the season can drag on a bit. On the current structure of the split season and everything, do you feel it's working?
It's hard to know. Like I was only answered this to a few lads there yesterday. The old format, you might have 2 games early in the year, and you had a break for the summer then, and I suppose there was positive and negative to that as well. But yeah, it's hard to know. The season can drag on. Well, we'll be hoping it'll drag on anyways, that we'll be getting victories and that we'll be getting into knockout stages and things like that. But look, at the end of the day, all you want to be doing is hurling for your club, and being on the field and training with all the guys. And I suppose the longer that goes on, the better. So sometimes you'd be saying, geez, the summer or the season is dragging on, but when you're not hurling, then it's you're at nothing, So it's great to be down the field there training with all the lads. So yeah, hopefully look at as that, hopefully we'll be there with the latter stages of both championships and training along, and that's the ambition anyways and the aim for the group.
Great stuff, Michael. Thanks very much for that, and
No
best of
bother,
luck.
Paul.
We're continuing our build up to the Intermediate Hurling Championship, and I'm joined by Jason Fahy Hansberry of Skehana, Mountbellew-Moylough. Jason, safe to say preparations going well for you on the back of winning the Division 3 league title?
Yeah, not too bad. No, fairness. Can't really complain with winning the league. Great to get a bit of silverware, so not too bad.
What's Desi O'Brien brought to the setup this year?
Daisy's been great now, in all fairness. I suppose he knows what it takes at this level. Like, so we're a young side, and it's great to have a bit of knowledge, I suppose, there with us.
Obviously, winning the league was great for you and everything, but what do you think he got out of winning that league?
I suppose a bit of confidence now, in all fairness. Like, it's great to get the games too. We all need, I suppose, we're a young side, like, so any game we get against good teams is good for us, like, so it's gonna hopefully stand well for us now this year.
Have you been able to keep hold of most players this year?
Yeah, I suppose retirements aren't really an issue yet with us, so a few boys gone away all right for the summer stuff, and one or two gone for the year, so we're not too bad really.
Do you think it's now, Jason, you're probably starting to see the reward of joining up as a club together now with Skehana, Mountbellew-Moylough? Obviously, you're a few more years down the line now.
Yeah, no, definitely. If we weren't joined now, sure, you wouldn't know where you'd be. You might need me hurling, like, so we needed to join. We need two clubs need to be together really, like, otherwise it's not really worth it. Like,
Was it a challenge at the start?
no, in all fairness, it's never any issue there between the two of us. Like, we majority of us, I suppose, would have went to school together, and I suppose it would have been a good old rivalry there when we were playing each other underage and stuff. But we came in nice and close, and we were grand.
This year, obviously, to have Oisin Lohan in around the county setup, I know obviously he picked up an injury, but played that first game against Tip, and uh, obviously was training with Galway and in the setup all year. That's obviously a big positive for the club.
Yeah, look at Oisin's great. It's great to see him in there. It's a pity what happened to him, but sure, these things happen, I suppose.
Looking at your group, Jason, Athenry, Sylane, Meelick-Eyrecourt, it's a tough group, isn't it?
It's a tough enough group, all right, yeah. I suppose we played Eyrecourt there last year, and that was our first round out. We got a good out welcome from them. So we played Sylane as well in the challenge there last year, and I suppose we would have played a few of that Athenry boys in the junior stuff. So hopefully now we'll get on all right.
What do you feel are the aims for Skehana Mountbellew this year in the Intermediate Hurling Championship?
The aim is it?
Yeah.
I suppose we're kind of generally only focused on Sylane here now at the moment, and get past them, see how we got on then after that. But look, you can't really afford to be where we are last year, this year, like, so win every game, hopefully.
Does it bring an added pressure now? Obviously, the top 8 teams going into Premier Intermediate Championship next year, and that's ultimately where every club wants to be.
It does, but sure, look, at every club's in the same place, like, so you can't be too nervous or thinking about that too much now, in all fairness.
And just overall, then on the season, Jason, as a whole, and the structure of the season, what do you make currently of the split season?
I suppose when you get to league final or something like that, it's not too bad. But if you aren't there, it's a good old wait. Like, but it's hard to know really what to do there. Like, it's a tough old situation for them. But we won't worry about that. And
Yeah, it does feel for, I suppose, some clubs that didn't make the league finals. It is quite a long season, isn't it? Even
it
it's not
is,
getting underway till August 10th.
yeah, no, it is now, in all fairness. But I suppose you're trying to get challenges there and stuff. But they're hard organised too. They're not the same either. Like, so. Look, I don't know what you do there.
Yeah. Is winning the championship a goal this year for yourselves?
I suppose it's in the back of the heads, all right, but our Staying up here now is more important than Athenry, really. So winning against Sylane there the first round is all we want to do.
Great stuff, Jason. Thanks a million for that, and best of luck in the championship.
No bother. Thanks very much.
Now we're continuing our build up to the Intermediate Hurling Championship, and I'm joined by Sylane Intermediate Hurling Manager Ronan Higgins. Ronan, how are preparations going ahead of the championship?
How are you, Paul? Yeah, they're going pretty okay. Just talking off air there, saying there's a bit of a long gap between the league and the championship. But I mean, once you get to this last week or two before championships, that's when you really start getting the feeling for championship hurling just around the corner.
Overall, Ronan, how do you feel the league went for Sylane this year?
It was a mixed bag, to be honest with you. And I suppose with the way the system is, with only one team coming out of a group, when we lost to Carnmore in the first game, it kind of put a damper on it because we, maybe subconsciously the lads were thinking, well, I think we're not going to get out of the group now. And it kind of, I think our form probably suffered because of that in the league.
Yeah, and for yourself, obviously, as manager of the side again, the hunger was still there anyways to come back this year.
It is a funny thing, like last year I probably took a bit of persuading. This year I was dying to get back at it again, really looking forward to it and really enjoying it now.
And your management team, obviously, Joe Hesham was there last year. You've brought in Brian Higgins again this year. How have they been?
They've been great. Look at you know Joe yourself, and I'm sure you know Brian. Like they're great guys. They're liked by the players, and there's a respect there, a mutual respect. And look, I think they bring huge experience as well between the two of them, and the guys are really enjoying the training under them.
And then player turnover wise, Ronan, have you been able to pretty much keep hold of everyone?
There's probably 2 or 3 guys that went to America. Hopefully they'll start creeping back in over the next couple of weeks. Probably a few guys have, I wouldn't say retired, but have gone down to playing junior. And then 1 or 2 guys that hadn't played last year have come back. So it kind of it's balanced out. And we had a couple of serious injuries over the last couple of years. It's great to see the likes of Keelan Craven back again now at full belt, and Kieran Fleming, another guy. They had a really rough time with injuries. It's great to see they're back now, and they're flying it.
Just for yourselves, Ronan, where do you feel you're at? Probably disappointed last year. The Kinvara game just kind of got away from me. You've been kind of a consistent team at getting to the quarterfinal stages of the championship, and even a semi-final previously against Ballindereen too.
Yeah, look, it probably was disappointing the second half against Kinvara because we thought we were right in there. I think that we were just a point down at halftime against Kinvara last year, and where you look at the previous years in the semi-final the year before, we had conceded a goal late in the first half and it kind of deflated us. But this time we thought we were a point down, we've stuck with them, and we had the breeze to come. But like to this day, I'm still trying to figure out what happened, But look at you roll around to the next year and you go at it again, and hopefully you try and progress,
Is it a challenge chasing, I suppose, that gap of to get to a final? Because obviously that's ultimately your goal every year to get to that stage.
It is, of course, it's every team, and I suppose this year there's that added bit of spice in it now, where there's going to be some serious relegation this year when you have to finish in the top 2 of your group. And I mean, when you look at the groups, and we got a pretty tough group, and a lot of the groups are pretty tough, and it adds a bit of spice to the group. So you're talking about quarterfinals, semi-final, finals. We can't look past Skehana, Mountbellew-Moylough in the first round.
Yeah, obviously you just mentioned that group. It's safe to say, but I was looking at the intermediate groups and the fixtures. It already does sort of seem like the group of death in the intermediate championship.
Yeah, but look, that's the way we want it. And I actually think when 3 teams come out of the groups now, I think it diluted the group stages a small bit. Where the first year or 2 I was involved, there was just 2 teams out, so every game was do or die. So I think it's bringing it back with the relegation this year. I think it's bringing it back, and I think the group games are going to be really exciting this year.
What do you feel is the goal for Sylane this year?
Look, as I said, we can't look anywhere further past Skehana, Mountbellew-Moylough in the first round, and we're genuinely not. But look, in the back of your minds, why are we there? Why are we there year in, year out. What are we trying to do? Obviously trying to win intermediate.
You just mentioned that Premier Intermediate. It really does add an extra dynamic. Obviously, you have to be in that top eight now to progress with the eight other teams in Senior B into the Premier Intermediate Championship next year. Is it the correct decision, do you feel?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. I think the Senior B was kind of no man's land there, to be honest with you. And I think when you take, we'll say, the top 8 teams this year or whatever from intermediate and join them with Senior B, you're going to have a really, really good championship.
Just finally then, Ronan, in terms of the structure of the season and the split season, you obviously haven't been affected with losing any players to inter-county setups or anything, but on the split season as a whole, are you in favour of it? Would you like to see a couple of adjustments?
Definitely in favour of it. I mean, the old system of playing a game or two in April and that and not again till August, September, it didn't suit club players at all. I understand. I mean, there's a lot of talk about the inter-county game now as well, that's been run off too short, and I do agree with that as well. So if we could add a couple of weeks onto the year someplace or another, it would be great, yeah.
Great stuff, Ronan. Thanks very much for that, and best of luck in Championship.
Thanks, Paul.